Hi, Jennifer. My name is Steven. Hunter said to go ahead and shoot this video to you. Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you three things that you can do today to bring in more high quality electrical jobs to your business. So by the end of this video, if you can see that I have the technical know-how to get you more high quality jobs, you can shoot me a message back and we can chat, or you guys can take this info if you're working with a marketing company and give it to them and they can implement it themselves. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and get right into this. The three things I'm going to go over today are content, citations, and backlinks. So content first. Content is everything on your front page here. Now, most business owners, they understand that content is important, but they're not really sure how much or what kind of content that Google is looking for to get them ranked, right? So I went ahead and took all your words and I put it into a word counter. And I know you're wondering why I would do this, but Google, they like to see at least 1,500 words of content on a front page to really be in the running. And you're really good there. You're in a really solid spot. That 1777 is really good, especially for Raleigh. And it actually is more than the top competitor, which is Miller and Miller Electric. So you're doing really good there, but it's the type of content that you want on your front page, and that is where Miller and Miller is kind of trumping right now. And this is one of the keys here. So there's a tool here I use called Ahrefs. It's a subscription. It gives me a behind the scenes view of what Google actually uses to rank websites. Now, over the past 30 days, Miller and Miller Electric's their website was found for 37 keywords and it was clicked on 136 times because of that. Now, your website, I put that into this tool as well, Point Electric. Over the past 30 days, it was found for 15 keywords, but it was not clicked. And I'll explain why that is. There's a couple reasons. But what we can do is actually go into Miller and Miller's keywords and we can see what they were being found for and the search volume too. So Raleigh has the most search volume in all the triangle, and they have all the Raleigh search terms. Now, these are what we call buyer intent keywords and keyword phrases. So this is what people are searching for when they're actively looking for these electrical services, these electricians, and they're ready to buy a service. I tallied up all these combinations for Raleigh alone, and it came up to 1,540 searches just in the past 30 days. Now, we can go to yours and we can see what you were being found for. And you've got a lot of different ones here. You got a lot of different locations. You've got a couple Raleigh ones, but not the big Raleigh ones. The main Raleigh keyword, electrician Raleigh NC, got 320 searches alone, right? So we definitely want to put that on there. So that's what I would recommend is you can use a tool like this one or like this one, go in and find these search terms and put them on your website. You got plenty of room to work with, right? So, and it's good to put them on, but you want to put them on more than your competitor. So you'd want to go to Miller and Miller and see how many times they have each of these keyword combinations, these phrases on their website. So if they have some on once, you'd want to put it on your website at least twice, maybe three times. If they have them on twice, three, you want to put it on yours three, maybe four times, and so on and so forth, right? And that would actually put you as the leader in content for these services in Raleigh. Second, I want to go over citations. Now, when people are searching these terms like electrician Raleigh NC, that's at number one with the 320 search volume. Google studies have actually shown that this section right here, we call it the map pack, gets right around 45% of the clicks on one of these businesses for people searching these terms up here. Like I said, this is called the map pack, and this has everything to do with your Google business profile. Now, most people assume that to get ranked up in here, it has to do with your reviews, and that's not true. Because if you look, and you can look at different services, different industries, and it'll be the same. Sometimes it works out, but like if that was the case, this Raleigh Electric shouldn't even be on the list because there's others that aren't on the list that have way more than them or anybody else on here. So it's not reviews, it's not pictures, it's citations. The fact is, Wright Electrical Services LLC, they have more citations than anybody, any other company in Raleigh. So, what is a citation? A citation is your business's name, address, and phone number on a directory online, and that could be Angie, Yelp, white white pages, yellow pages. There's a ton of them, and you want to be, if you were to get like 300 or 400 on 300 or 400 directories, I'm pretty sure that would put you probably on the top of this map pack. But we have access to tools that can actually show us what and how many citations each of these businesses have. So, for example, if we go into Wright Electrical and say they have 200 citations, you'd want to match those citations, go out and get those same citations, but you don't want to stop there. You want to find an additional 50, at least 50 to 100 other directories to get, and that will put you over the top. So, like I said, between 300 and 400 should put you as the dominant, the authority in this list right here. And it would take your competition a long time to catch back up, if at all. Now, underneath the map pack, this is the most coveted spot on the search engine page, on Google's search page, and this is Google's organic search results list. And this number one spot here gets about 40% of clicks alone, whereas these three were divided between the 45 clicks. This one's 45%. This one's 40% all by itself. And the main driver here are backlinks. So, what are backlinks? It's other relevant websites linking back to your website. And they're kind of like online referrals. And the more relevant that site is that links back to you, the better. So, for example, let's say you have a local blog page or a popular industry site linking back to you. It's something like that that's going to help push you up in the rankings. However, since you're an electric company, say you have like a site like McDonald's, while it is big, if it's linking back to you, it's no good because you don't sell burgers. So let's go ahead and revisit this tool that I showed you earlier, where I was showing you the keywords. Now I'm going to show you the backlinks. So this is Miller and Miller. So Miller and Miller currently has 127 active backlinks linking back to them from other sites. When we go and check yours, you have 80. So it's not so much about the quantity. I mean, that does come into account, but it's the quality. It's the relevance of the sites that are linking back to you, like I said earlier. So we can actually go into their backlinks and see what they have, and what you want to do is match all their backlinks except the ones that say spam. These ones are actually counterproductive, and they're hurting them. They if you have too many of these, they'll drive your site down in the rankings. So anything that doesn't have spam, you'd want to match, and you wouldn't want to do that with just the top spot, not just with Miller and Miller, but with Miller and Miller, Blanton's, and Vault Doctors, and in some cases even Czar Electric and like the top 5. You'd go in and look at their backlink profile, and you'd match all of them. And if you were to do that over a little bit of time, you would actually rank on the top spot here, and you would take all that traffic that they're taking. And not only that, if you were to implement all those citations, you would take this top spot too. So you would become the authority in the area, in the Raleigh area, for electrical services. So a lot of people, they're not sure how to get ranked here, but there is a method, and it's tried and true in the SEO world. If you were to implement this, you would get ranked. So to recap, what we covered today, the first thing is going to be content. So you want at least 1,500 words, which you already have here on your front page, but you want the right keywords and you want the right amount of keywords on your page. The second thing is going to be citations. You want to be in at least 300 to 400 directories to rank above your competition in this map pack right here. And then lastly is going to be backlinks. You need more relevant websites linking back to your site to show Google that you guys are the authority when it comes to electric companies in the Raleigh area, and that will get you ranked here. So, like I said, if you were to implement this, there's no doubt that you would be number one. So, as I said earlier, you can take this free blueprint and tackle it yourself, and I'm cool with that. Or if you want to take a more effective route, you can save some time and you can book a discovery call with me. Again, my name's Steven. I live right here in North Carolina, just outside of Fayetteville. You can just reply back to this email or you can call me at 910-551-2006. At the very least, I hope this was educational for you and that I showed you a few things that you can go ahead and implement starting today, claim some high quality jobs, and start outranking your competition. But at the very least, I just ask that you give me some feedback on this video and let me know how I did. But other than that, I hope you have a great day and I really appreciate your time. Take care. Bye bye.